Hi, Assalamualaikum. I will be presenting about Chapter 7, Competitive and Effective Brand Positionings. So when company already figure out who is their target market and segmentations, a company will discover different needs based on the marketplace they are focusing on. So if company can satisfy the needs in a superior way, the target market will recognize its distinctive offerings. Hence, it is very important for a company to develop a successful brand positioning. So number one is understanding positionings. It is an act of designing a company's offerings and image to occupy a distinctive place in the mind of a target market. Actually, the main goal of positioning is to locate the brand in the mind of consumers and to maximize the benefits to the firms or companies. A result of a good positioning will help the creation of customer focus product or services. We call it value propositions. What is actually a value proposition? It is a cogent reason why target market should buy a product or a service. In a company point of view, for a company to easily understand what is value proposition, it is actually a positioning statement that explains what benefit you provide for who and how you do it uniquely well. And you also describe your target buyer, the pain point you solve, and why you are distinctly better than your competitors. These are some of the examples of value proposition created by global brands. Number one is Honest Company. The founder of this company is actually the famous Jessica Alba, the famous Hollywood actress. So we can see here the value proposition is parents are increasingly concerned with chemicals that might affect the health of their children, as well as having an impact on the environment. So the value proposition is an easy place to find, order, and get delivery of eco-friendly products. Number two in the list is Canva. The value proposition for Canva is about simplicity. More complex tools like Adobe Photoshop can be overwhelming for people that want to edit photos and be able to produce their own marketing graphics. Their target audience is people that want to produce graphic without the cost of hiring a graphic designer or having to spend months to learn Adobe. So if you guys already tried this website, it's really convenient and easy for people that is non-graphic designer background to edit or create a postings, and it's also free. Number three is Netflix. Value proposition by this company is watch movie, documentaries or TV show anytime on any device. Number four is Vimeo. Value proposition of this company is offers a more secure way to host video and set different permission level, unlike YouTube. So all these company have their own value proposition that carry as an image to their target consumers. Number two of this chapter is choosing a competitive frame of reference. It means company need to define which other brands a brand compete with and should thus be the focus of the competitive analysis. A starting point in defining what is competitive frame of reference for the purpose of brand positioning is actually number one, through category membership. Category membership is a set of products which a brand compete and function as a very close substitute. Okay, let's look at the example of category membership. Okay, the first example of category membership is Pepsi Cola. This company knows that Coca-Cola Dasani is a major bottled water competitor for its Aquafina brands. If you see, both is producing natural mineral water, so that's why they need to figure out who is their close substitutes. Second example for category membership is between Garmin and Sunto, where both company is a smartwatch company and they serve both target market, people that is active and sporty peoples that would like to do outdoors activity. So these are the sample of category that company needs to know who is their close substitute of the products. Number 2 is industry. It is a group of firms offering products that are close substitute. This is actually a market point of view or market approach where company need to define its competitors as company that satisfy the same customers' need. So these are among the examples. For example, Grab car and local taxi. If we know that both companies are trying to satisfy the needs of its consumer through transportations, so both are having a different marketplace. For example, like people will try to use Grab car because it's more convenience other than local taxi. So this will affect the current market or the current transportations industries. The second examples of competitors in the industries is smartwatch and normal watch. Both product is trying to satisfy customers' need in terms of times and convenience of watching the time. So smartwatch nowadays can satisfy the same needs to its customers compared to watch that's only can give times, but smartwatch can give more to its customers, like the heart rate, their walking distance, and how many steps they are taking. And it also a main competitors for these both industries. Number 3 of this chapter is point of difference and point of parity. Point of difference is the attributes or benefit that customers strongly associate with a brand and believe they could not find the same extent with another competitive brand. There are 3 criteria of point of differences. Number 1 is desirable, meaning that it must be desirable to consumer. Consumer must see the brand association as personally relevant to them. Number 2 is deliverable by company. The company must have the resources and also commitment to feasibly and profitably create and maintain the brand association in the mind of its consumers. Number 3 is differentiating from competitors. Consumer must see the brand association as distinctive and superior from competitors, meaning that the POD cannot be easily copied by your competitors. So here is some of the examples of a well-known brand and its point of difference. Number 1 is Apple product. The point of difference of this product is innovative technology and intuitive product design. this brand focus more on its design. And Samsung is a business model that focus on vertically integrating supply chain and ramping up the production volume with diversifications of its product, because Samsung have a lot of product range, so it's completely different with Apple's or other products. This is a second example of point of difference for chocolate brand. All of this is a well-known chocolate brand. Number one is Kit Kat. The point of difference of this product is they're targeting people of all ages, and they are producing at a low price products. Number two is Snickers. This product positions as food that satisfy hunger, and the association of this product is more towards active people such as athletes and people that love outdoors activities. Number three is Hershey's Milk Chocolate. This product point of difference is that they promote healthy lifestyle, and they also price higher than other competitors. Okay, next is point of parity. What is actually point of parity? It is an attribute or benefit associations that are not necessarily unique to the brand but may be shared with other brand. There are three forms of point of parity. Number one is the category. Category point of parity means that the attribute or benefit that consumer view as essential to legitimately and credibly offering within a certain category, although not necessarily sufficient conditions for brand's choice. Number two is correlations. Correlations mean a negative associations that arise from existence of positive association for the brand. This is a one challenge for marketers, that many attributes or benefit that make up their point of parity or their point of difference are normally inversely related. So in other words, what we can see is that if one brand is good at one thing, for examples like this brand is cheaper, consumer will not see it as also good at something, for example like highest quality. We can actually relate this with our normal situation. If we see a product A is offering a price that is slightly cheaper than product B, we will think that product A might not be the same quality, or the quality might be lower than product B, even though it's the same spec. So these are some of the challenges that marketers will face. Number three is competitive. Competitive is association designed to overcome perceived weakness of the brand in light of competitors' point of difference. One good way to uncover key competitive point of parity is the role play competitors' positions and infer the intended point of difference. Competitors' point of difference will sometimes in turn become the brand's point of parity. So that will complement like each other. For an offerings to achieve a point of parity on a particular attributes or benefits, a sufficient number of consumer must believe the brand is good enough on that dimensions. So let's see what are the some of the examples of point of parities that can be easily understand. So these are some of the examples of point of parity. Previously, we see Samsung and Apple at the point of difference angle. So now we see it in the point of parity. What is the point of parity of these two brands or these two products? So here in the picture is Galaxy S20 Ultra and iPhone 12 Pro Max. Both are recently launched. The point of parity of this product is actually both has triple camera. They have same internal memory, and both are world-renowned brand for smartphone. these are the examples of point of parity. Okay, next example of point of parity. If we recall back in our previous point of difference, these three brands came out with their own point of difference. So now they also have their point of parity. For example, both of them, all three of them is a world-renowned chocolate brand, and they use the same advertising platform, and there are also innovative product categories. These are some of the main point of parity of all these three chocolate brands. Next is competitive strategies. So in my slide, I'm focusing on competitive strategies for market leaders. Number one is expanding total market demand. What does it mean by that? Is that actually marketers try to increase demand of its products. Like in general, market leaders should look for new customers, and they need to increase the usage from the existing customers in order for them to remain competitive. And number two is protecting market shares. Protecting market shares means that for market leaders, while they are trying to expand the total market size, the dominant firm must actively defend their current business. So it's really important for them to become proactive marketings. They need to be responsive anticipations, and also they need to have creative anticipation. They need to become an innovator for this in the industries. In the protecting market shares, they can, besides using proactive marketings, they can also use defensive marketing strategies. There are few types of defensive marketing. For example, position defense, flank defense, preemptive defense, counter offer defense, mobile defense, and contraction defense. So company must need to know which strategy works best for their current situations. And number three in the competitive strategy is increasing market shares. This type of strategy might incur costs, and the cost of buying higher market shares through acquisitions, sometimes it also exceeds its revenue. Before company wants to use or decide to use this strategy, there are four factors that they should consider. Number one is the possibility of provoking antitrust action. Number two is what is the economic cost. And number three, pursuing the wrong marketing activities. And number four is the effects of increased market shares on actual and perceived quality. So these are all strategies that market leader can use in order to being competitive in the market. All of these sources came from a books by Kotler Keller, A Framework for Marketing Management, 6 editions, global editions. Thank you.